Welcome to Last Week in Warframe, the series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos to community fan art, posts, and updates. So without further ado, let's go over these announcements and news from the 24th of March to the 30th. Starting this week's episode off, we did have the launch of the 6th year anniversary for Warframe. So if you log into the game between now and the 10th of April, you will receive the Dex Excalibur Noggle and the Dex Lisette ship skin. There's also a number of alerts available in your world state window that will get you the Dex Furus, the Dex Dakra, the Dex Sabaris, and the Excalibur Dex skin, and then also the Dex Nachali Syandana. Now, for players that already logged into the game when this went live, you may have received a second inbox message with the Noggle and the Lisette ship skin. You guys now have two of them. There were also stats released with this anniversary. So there has been nearly 10 billion completed missions, 1.8 million floofs earned, players have spent 3 million hours on K-Drives, and there is almost 50 million registered players. The next Devstream will be on the 5th of April at 2 PM Eastern Time. Once again, the Equinox Prime access will be launching on the 2nd of April, with the Thibodeau Prime, the Stradivar Prime, and Equinox Prime. Now, she will only come with 4 parts. That has been confirmed on multiple occasions. She will be coming with a Syandana armor set and of course the usual boosters. For PC players, we did have Hotfix 24.5.5. There were Exploiter Orb fixes, Hildryn fixes, and changes to the Hysterical Assault Augment for Valkyr. So they have increased the Augment mod's range to 40 meters, and you can now activate the ability by aiming and meleeing. The Assassins also received some changes, so they decreased the Wolf of Saturn 6 health, but also increased his damage output. They also made it so any Assassin will now scale their level based on the player count in the mission. As for the changes in the Hotfix, Aviator and Agility Drift will now apply to Titania while she is in Razorwing. They removed all wildlife killing Riven mod challenges, and they replaced those Riven mods that had that challenge with new ones. They updated the Secura Penta's napalm projectiles when using the Napalm Grenades mod, so that it better reflects the Penta's stats, and they disabled 2 optimizations that are suspected to be causing problems for dual-core potatoes. As for fixes, they are up on your screen. For Hotfix 24.5.6, the Prime Vault closed, so if you were hoping to get Ember Prime, Frost Prime, Latron Prime, Reaper Prime, Sycrus Prime, Glaive Prime, by purchasing them outright on the Prime Vault page on the Warframe website, you can no longer do so. The Exploiter Orb's vents can now be waypointed as well, and they increase the affinity gain for K-Drive races. Each gate will now grant 500 affinity, and per race completion will now be 2,500. They also increase the height of the Napalm Grenade mod's damage area. As for the fixes, they are up on your screen. For Hotfix 24.5.7, they removed the Auto Stasis feature from the Pet Incubator, and they also removed the negative effects from the system as well, for low loyalty and integrity. You will now only get the buffs from it when they are above the threshold, and they also said these are small steps in a larger plan to simplify this system for a more streamlined structure. They also optimized significant performance deterioration when talking to the vent kids on the Orb Valis. The Wild Frenzy mod will now scale the ammo refund based on its rank, so 25, 40, 55, 70, 85, and then at max rank it will be 100% of the ammo refunded. They tweaked the stats for the Nightwatch Power Claw enemy to fix them from one-hitting the Grineer defectors. So they decreased the melee damage to 30, slash effect chance to 5, and the critical chance is now at 0. They made fixes to the Nightwave system and the Magus Lockdown Arcane. As for the fixes in the Hotfix, they are up on your screen. Now, as a follow-up to the similar situation that occurred a couple weeks back, Rebecca did release an updated forum post under the title Riven Trading and Toolbuilders Phase 1. So they have released the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch trade data with item type, compatibility, reroll average, and STD dev. Now all the information about this can be shown on the forum post, but this is to help make the process of acquiring data easier for those that make the websites and of course players. as they did release the following in the forum post. This is actual trade data, not trade chat data, released with the purposes to help tool builders and players learn more about market value of their Riven mods. It is planned to repopulate at 0000 UTC Monday. The first week might require a manual push as we get set up here. Of course, value is always open to interpretation. We are experimenting with this whole idea in Phase 1. We don't really know what to expect, as is often the case. While it doesn't matter what we expect, what matters is why we are doing this. To remove any foul play in the market. After a couple of weeks of feedback and results, we plan on bringing a bit more data, so please be constructive in replies. All of this data is made up of Riven plus Platinum trades. We do not include 1 Platinum trades in our averages, etc. because we consider these to be between friends and not reflective of market reality. Although friends, why not choose Emodrum? Riven trading is indeed an optional part of the Warframe experience. We hope that those who participate in it find this helpful. Thank you to all who helped push this idea along. You know who you are. She later followed up in a forum post reply saying, "Yep, Phase 2 will include some amount of stat details, level of mod fusion, which will be appended to the data." The Reddit post reply was, "This is showing absolute ranges, which is of curiosity value in Phase 1 for sure. Phase 2 will include some amount of stat details, level of mod fusion, which will be appended to these min-max values in some way. Groundwork." Also, for the Twitter reply, that was Phase 1 as posted elsewhere. Phase 2 will include some amount of stat details, level of mod fusion, which will be appended to the data. We just wanted to release data within a few weeks at some level to start the process of real database tools. Now all around the block for the launch of Buried Debts on consoles, the promo code TheDead-Have-Debts is available for all players on all platforms, and that will get you the Operation Buried Debts glyph. Now for console players, you guys had Hotfix 1 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and then for Nintendo Switch, you guys had Hotfix 2. On the 27th of March, the Profit Taker boss fight did go live on the consoles, so you guys can now play with it. It was not intended to launch on that date, but it is now available if you have the diluted Thermia. We then had DE George reply to the following. Are there thoughts and plans on maybe being able to filter out specific characters from these transmissions? Not at the moment, no. The list would be really long in the audio options if so, but hopefully as we add more of the common transmissions to the enable hint notification slider, the problem will be resolved in a more elegant way rather than having a huge list of individual sliders. We also had DE Helen clarify that the platinum included in the TennoCon digital pack is tradable. We then had a post made on the Warframe subreddit asking for the Plains remaster to fix the dash-resistant shrubbery, and we did have a DE employee reply that it has been fixed with the Plains of Eidolon remaster, and he also said that the plan is to make all the caves in the Plains of Eidolon remaster available at all times. We also had Rebecca replying to another Reddit thread for trade bans that occurred due to Apothic shares and farming, and Rebecca said, "We've had people looking into this all day, and someone will answer your ticket soon. The Chezakubrau being the new variable in things is something we're working to solve systemically." We also had another post on Reddit that was asking for a Helios augment to scan the flowers after they had fully been scanned, where Rebecca did reply, "I think the era of Helios becoming the new carrier, i.e. most useful unique sentinel plus Smeeta, most useful pet, is fully upon us. It certainly is, statistically. This idea will reinforce that, but what ideas do we have to make scanning just maybe more interesting? Just a thought exercise." As for developer tweets, we had the first from DE Bear, where he highlighted DE's stance on Article 13, so if you care about that, make sure to read the post on the Warframe website. We also had DE Danielle replying to a player asking if Plaguestar will return in 2019, where she said, "No specific plans just yet on when exactly this year it will return, but I'm fairly confident we will be rerunning it." Another player was also asking if there's any chance for Dolby Atmos support for Warframe, where DE George said, "Not yet, but something we are thinking about." Rebecca also tweeted out that they are planning to add an Exploiter bounty mission queue to Utico's back room, so look forward to that in a future update. She also tweeted out, Hildryn with a Lotus helmet on her, so for anyone that kind of wants to laugh about that, then there you go. And we also had Rebecca replying to a player asking if the Equinox Deluxe skin is still planning to happen, and she did state it is coming. It concludes this episode of Last Week in Warframe. If you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon the series in any way, shape or form, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to grab the channel Glyph, it is up on your screen right now for each of the respective consoles: PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Chuck them into the promo code section on the Warframe website, you'll get the Glyph in-game, and yeah, do what you want with it. And that is it. If you missed out on last week's episode, make sure to click the annotation on the screen right now, it'll take you right to it. Thank you for watching, see you guys next time.